Welcome back to another episode of the Canon. We got some Deadpool 2 news and also a Black Superman. Alright, first up, we have a lot of fallout from Suicide Squad, whether it's box office and whatnot. The latest news is actor Jared Leto. He was with his band. They were doing a Q&A on Twitter and Facebook. So they started asking about Suicide Squad. And Leto kind of said he felt like he was tricked into being in the movie because the movie he was pitched was not exactly the movie that came out. Also, all the footage he shot that was cut, he was upset about. And in his contract, they said that he couldn't rock climb or do any extreme activities while he was filming. And so in that response to that, he said, F Warner Brothers. Which a lot of people took that quote and just, took it out of context. Yeah, he said that. But he was talking about that specific thing in his contract, but he still said it.
Okay.
Anyway, thoughts, Sal?
Yeah, from things we've heard behind the scenes, we've heard that there's so much footage that they can make a whole Joker movie out of it. And, I think this kind of just reinforces how we kind of changed directions in the middle of production. And I was pretty skeptical on that because David Ayer, I feel like he would have spoken out and said, yeah, they did change it on me and it was their movie more than mine. But he kind of didn't. But now you have this, and now it's kind of eating at me a little bit more, and I'm a little bit more upset about how the outcome of this movie. And it just seems like they didn't stick to their guns at all. And I'm pretty upset, and I wish I could see what the movie was going to be in 2015, whatever, when they first announced it, because it seemed like then it was going to be a totally different movie. So I'm glad that he's telling the truth, and I'm glad that it's making news, because I think this will hopefully light a fire under Warner Brothers somehow. I don't know how, but it just makes me upset. I'm sure it makes a lot of other people upset that didn't have the movie live up to their expectations. So
I love the movie. Love it. Every time I go see it, I'm still upset by this. Also, I'm very disturbed. Actually, this was kind of the straw that broke the, I don't know what I was about to say, the camel's back. I am now championing, and I'm starting #reboot now. #reboot it. And it's not DC that's the problem. We can go Marvel versus DC all day. It's Warner Brothers as a studio. And I kind of started talking about this before with BVS and how I lost faith because of the studio, not the property itself. And this is just another example. And while I, as someone that loves Man of Steel, loves Batman vs. Superman, I love Suicide Squad, and I still want this to be done over because it needs to be a singular focus. For everything people say to me, Marvel is overrated. I think outside of Iron Man and the Avenger movies, the movies weren't, those great. But they have a plan. They stick to it. For whatever you want to say, they're going to play it safe. They have their way of doing things. Directors leave. They're shown the door if they don't want to get with it, because Marvel has a plan. And they stick with it for hell or high water. Now, they haven't had a bomb or a flop, but I would still feel if they did, they wouldn't change course.
Yeah.
Warner Brothers, on the other hand, it seems like every little tweak, oh no, we got to switch this, we got to change this, and this is absolutely ridiculous. It doesn't make you feel safe going forward, and while I really love the movies they gave us, it's a lot more for the characters than the execution.
Yeah.
It's a lot more seeing some of these people on the big screen. These movies could have been done better, and I want the DC properties to be as respected as Marvel is. And I'm not talking the money race or anything like that. Just put out good quality movies that everybody could be happy with. And I'm fine you take chances, but it's different when you just try to go in and redo and patchwork what the director did.
Yeah.
And you get these mixed products. So it just pisses me off to hear and I don't care that Jared Leto couldn't rock climb. Boo-hoo, you'll be okay. But it's the fact that they're upsetting stars now.
Yeah.
Not just directors, not just fans. You're now hurting the talent you can bring in once you start pissing off top level talent. And so to hear that Jared Leto, I mean, of course he has a contract, but I'm pretty sure if he had his choice, he would probably not play the Joker again.
Yeah, I don't think he would.
And just to hear that, well, we all know this movie was supposed to be something very different than what we end up getting. And so I feel bad for him. It's hard to... And he also mentioned that he still hasn't saw the movie, the theatrical release. So he's seen the director's cut and everything, but he hasn't seen this release, and he kind of refuses to. So it's not good. It's really not good. Yeah, so going forward, I don't know, Sal.
I'm just interested now to see... Because we kind of heard something from Ben Affleck in terms of... I'm not happy with the script that they had for the solo Batman film. That is going to be the one that's going to be most interesting to see how it comes out and to hear what the behind the scenes is, because he's such an important part to this world on screen and behind it. So if they change it on him, if they mess with what he's doing, we're going to hear about it, and it's not going to be good. Because he is the face of this universe. So
Not or worse.
yeah, well, yeah, but so that's what I'm most interested in seeing.
But he's writing that script, so.
Well, yeah, but
like
studio has the final. David Ayer wrote the script.
Yeah,
So,
in 6 weeks.
yeah, in 6 weeks.
Yeah, but also David Ayer, man, like kudos to you, dude. You've been professional. You're right. Like he seems like type that will pop off about it. But he's been playing, he's been playing his role. No, this is what I want to release. I signed off on this. Everything's good. We know it's not true. So, kudos to you, man, to kind of keep a straight face. I still think they end up putting out a product that, for me, and obviously money-wise, was really good. But, again, these are movies and properties that can be great. Mm-hmm. And, yeah, so... Anyway, so let's move on from that depressing topic. We have rumors that Disney is looking to cast their female lead, the Han Solo prequel. And the rumor is all their cast choices are non-white females. So, pretty racist to me. But, Sal, what do you think about it?
I like it. I haven't heard anyone that might be possibly up for it.
Don't know the names.
Yeah, it's so early. That's great. I like it because you're making a saga of a leading white male. So why not turn the tables having a leading black woman? Or a woman of color, whoever it is. So yeah, I'm happy with it. I'm going to be interested in seeing who it is. If it's a new character, it has to be a new character, because there was 2 women in the galaxy in the original trilogy, and neither of them were black. So
well, the world's bigger than that.
Yeah,
as the comics and all the craziness that happened after the trilogy start expanding the world. Now, all of it's not canon, but they get to pick and choose what is canon.
So you might have the Star Wars hardcore fans coming up with some people that might be in the stories that we don't know about. So it's going to be interesting to see.
Well, the one that is probably the most popular choice, and I don't remember her name, but apparently in one of Han Solo's comics, part of his storyline, he had a wife back then that was black, but they only got married to, I forgot, it wasn't a real marriage, but it was like to escape something or do something, but she was not a bounty hunter, she was a, what is Han Solo?
Traitor?
No,
like a traitor, like Trader.
No, he's not a traitor.
Oh, I don't know.
What the hell is that called? He takes stuff.
Oh, a smuggler.
Smuggler, there you go. She's also a smuggler that he knows, and they got married to escape something. So a lot of people thinking that it's her. Again, we don't know if this person will be black or whatever. We just know they're non-white. And I honestly don't care that much about that. I don't care about a Han Solo prequel at all.
Oh yeah, I don't care about
that. It almost made my head explode trying to think of who can play a young Billy D. Williams. Like, you can't. And then, on top of that, the second hardest person to probably cast is Harrison Ford. Like, Alden Ehrenreich looks fine, whatever. I don't know.
It's the charisma that you need.
And I just don't care about the movie. So then this, if they're trying to make this big, long, pre-Han Solo life, I don't need all that. I just don't care enough. And the fact that you come out and specifically say, okay, we're looking for someone non-white, just makes it seem like diversity for the sake of diversity, which I hate. So.
Well, yeah, I don't agree if they came out and said, did they make a announcement or it just got leaked?
Well, no, it was leaked, but they put out the casting calls, and so it said non-white, which.
Well, I like it.
Reverse racism.
I like it.
Sal likes reverse racism. Yeah. All right, so let's go to our next story. We have BOKEEM Woodbine, already cast in Spider-Man: Homecoming, is now being rumored to be the Shocker. This has came out a while ago by a couple people, and now lately it's been picked up by more and more. As we've talked about last week, the Tinkerer was cast, and so now some of these roles are kind of coming out. Sal, how would you feel about the Shocker and Spider-Man: Homecoming?
I wanted it. I know we talked about it already. I got pretty excited that he was in it. Depending on how big his part is, you always have sometimes in superhero movies, you start out, it was like in Amazing Spider-Man 2, where you started out with the Rhino, like for 4 minutes, and then he came back at the end. So it could be something like that, but I don't want that. I'd rather have him be somewhat of an important part in the movie. So if it's that, I'd like it. If it's a smaller part just to take up some time, I don't want it, because this movie is so already overcrowded. So depending on how big his role is, I'm fine. I'm excited that the Shocker is in it. Now it's just how much of it he's in it. In terms of Woodbine himself, I don't know I've never seen him act. I know he's a great part in Fargo, from articles I've read, but the Shocker's not historically black, so I have a problem with that. No, I'm kidding. I don't have a problem with that.
I don't know what the Shocker is. I've never seen him outside of his costume, to be honest.
Yeah. You have to assume that he's probably not
black.
We
have to assume that. Okay. Wow.
It was written in the 1960s and 70s, so.
Anyway, I am a little opposite. At first, I love the Shocker being in it. I was real excited, too. I hope that he is a big villain. From all that we heard, I think Tinkerer, whoever else they want to throw besides Michael Keaton, they should be the small parts that either begin or end the film or whatever. I think the main villain should be, if they're going Vulture or Keaton, fine. But I think Shocker would be the best to play that second, villain. He's just too good of a character to kind of throw him to the side. So I'm really nervous that they're going to do, kind of like you said, they do that sometimes, Spider-Man. Just open up with him kind of already fighting someone. So I'm hoping that's not. Woodbine is an interesting choice. Again, like I said, if he's in the costume the way we think, and really now I'm thinking about it, in the movies, I don't know if they're going to
they might just give him some arm things.
Just a regular dude. I would hate that, though. I really would hate. Shocker has a very distinct look. You recognize that.
Some yellow, black, and some red cross.
I just wouldn't. I'd be upset if they changed it that much. But so if it's regular Shocker, I really hope he has a juicy part, because I think he's one of the better Spider-Man villains. But yeah, no issues with that. It is getting, I can't say it's getting overcrowded, because he's been part of the cast, but this cast is like
overcrowded.
It's getting crazy. Speaking of casting, rumors all over the place that almost make you think it's true are reporting that Deadpool has honed in on Kyle Chandler to play Cable in Deadpool 2 and Mackenzie Davis to play Domino. Sal, what do you think about these choices?
I don't have much on Domino, just because I've seen Mackenzie Davis in Martian, but we were talking about it. It wasn't a huge part. Haven't really seen her in anything else. and I'm not 100% familiar with the Domino character. It looks like she's kind of like a badass, kind of, you know, doesn't talk much, is quieter, kind of like Gina Carano.
Angel Dust.
Angel Dust, yeah. So it kind of looks like that's how she is. I don't know if I'm wrong. But anyways, so don't have an opinion on her. Kyle Chandler is different though. He has been in so much, and I think one of his biggest ones was Friday Night Lights, and now just recently in Bloodline and season 1 and season 2. I didn't really watch Friday Night Lights, but Bloodline he's great. I mean, the whole show is great. So him though, I think he's not the typical brooding, older looking Cable guy. Obviously, they can make him look like that, but I think his acting skills are there, and I think he can also play, if he needs to, like a different character. I feel like in Wolf of Wall Street, he did that in some of the scenes, so I think he can do that in this too. Kind of keep up with the comedy of Deadpool.
Gotcha. Has he done any comedic stuff in the stuff you watch?
I do not. No, nothing I've watched.
Oh.
And like Wolf of Wall Street.
Okay.
Like he's in some of the scenes in there. He's like sarcastic and stuff.
Okay. Well, Cable's not really known for being funny though.
No, but I'm just saying like he could be different. Like, he could play different characters. Is what I meant.
I don't know much about either one of these people, but looking up Kyle Chandler, while I agree he doesn't have the look that you would expect, everyone wanted Stephen Lang and like people like that, or forgot that Russian dude that played in Rocky. He kind of wanted the part, and
He's still around.
yeah, oh yeah, dude. Check up on him.
Ron Perlman.
No, not Ron Perlman.
No, I know. Or Ron Perlman.
I thought that'd be a good choice, but what's his name? Dolph Lundgren or something? I think that's his name. The guy from Rocky that played Drago. But yes, he has a degree from MIT, by the way. Very smart guy. Yeah, Dolph Lundgren. I was right. But anyway.
Oh wow, he does look like he's a good He's in the Expendables. Sorry,
yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, you're throwing me off, Sal. Anyway, while I think he doesn't have the physique that everyone was looking for, something about the face, I can see it. I can see him just taking on that role. And again, I don't know, they might make him work out or not, but people shouldn't expect the Hulk-looking Cable from the comics. It's just comics, guys. I think it's more about the personality that's important from Cable. And like you said, from looking at the stuff he's done, I haven't seen any of it, but the fact that he gets these nice roles probably says that he can do good work. Friday Night Lights, I've heard a lot of good things, never saw it. But the fact
you never watched that?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Not the TV show. But him being the head coach, so for all those seasons, he's got to have some good chops. So like you said, if he's able to bring the personality, that's what's more important. And I think he has like that leader type face that can carry that part. The other chick, don't know her that much either, Mackenzie Davis. But looking at some of the stuff she's in, at least pictures up, she looks a little crazy. She has the crazy eyes, most definitely. So I think that actually lends herself to being a pretty good Domino, which is an out there kind of looking character. She's an assassin and everything, but I don't know, something about her, I feel like she can really pull this off. Like you said, Martian, I barely remembered her role, and that's the only thing I've seen that she was in. But I don't know, I believe she has the look, so if it's not a big part, then I'm cool. Only issue I have, Domino historically is a lover of Cable, and I don't see these two, like, she looks like she'll go for a Ryan Reynolds type, not a Kyle Chandler type, so I don't know, that's the only thing that kind of throws me off.
We'll see how it plays out.
All right.
I'm sure they'll keep to the comics though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Deadpool. We'll see. All right. So our last story for today. Superman is black now. I'm just kidding. Henry Cavill, Superman himself, tweeted out a picture from, we assume, the set of Justice League, in which it was a very, very close up of his suit that appeared to be black
Yes.
in nature, in texture,
Yes.
in color. Sal, are we going to see the return of Superman in the black suit with the beard?
I think we are. But he just released some pictures too on his Instagram, or he was tagged in Instagram, posing with fans on set, and he was in his blue and red suit. So I don't know what that means for the movie. It was on set and everything.
But people have said they don't know when that was taken.
Okay.
Some people are speculating it's from BVS.
Okay.
Which one of the hashtags was Batman v Superman.
Oh, well, there you go. But anyways, going back to the black suit, I was very weary that we'd see Cavill in this. I know he was working out for it, and he was on set, but I still had my doubts. I don't think I have my doubts anymore, especially because of this picture. I think it'll be at the end, though. I don't think he's going to come back right anytime in the movie. But it's the black suit. Historically, that's when he comes back, and after he dies, it's, you know, it's a very special suit. He wears it during special occasions, pretty much. So that's gonna be exciting. I just hope to God he does not have a mullet.
Everyone wants the mullet.
No, I don't want the mullet. I'd rather have long hair like he does, but Jesus, do not give me the mullet. I'll hate that movie forever.
Yeah. I'm just trying to picture him with a mullet. I haven't read the actual comic storyline, but I know of the Death of Superman and Superman Returns storyline, all that. From what I remember, the black suit, didn't they send his body to the sun in the actual story? And that's why he had a black suit on?
I don't know why he had a black suit, to be honest.
I don't remember. But, no, that wasn't black. I'm thinking of Superman Returns with the Bryan Singer movie,
yeah.
But he didn't have a black suit. He had a gray suit when he came back, and he was looking for Krypton. But anyway, I think it's gonna happen because you've done the Death of Superman pretty closely to the comics. I mean, regardless, regardless of when you did it, you stuck to that story kinda. So in my mind, you have to follow it up with the correct return of Superman. So I think it has to happen. Yes, it's too quick, but you've already done the death, so you kind of have to make them come back the right way. Now they are going to change some things. We already know this. A lot of people speculating he's going to come back as a villain. There's a lot of people speculating he might come back without his powers. He might come back without his memories. What direction do you think they're going to go, or what would you hope they do?
Well, I already think, like you said, it's too quick for him to come back. At that point, we'll have only one movie that has moved the story forward, which is Suicide Squad, which really had nothing to do with Justice League for the most part. So, you know, I hope it's something of the nature where he doesn't have his powers or doesn't memory. I think they're gonna do. We've heard murmurs before of Bizarro Superman.
Oh God, no.
And I think they'll take that and kind of turn it around in terms of him also losing his memory, not his powers, but somehow getting, with Darkseid for a little bit, at least for the first movie, and be the Bizarro, quote unquote, Bizarro Superman. I think that's what they're going to do.
Honestly, I don't know what they're going to do. I can not even imagine what's in the mind of Zack Snyder. But what I will say, what I want them to do is just have him come back as Superman.
I feel like that'd be too easy, though.
But the thing for me is, at least from the footage we've seen from Justice League, it really is setting it up to be a team that's undermanned. And so, if right at that climax, Superman comes back and he's also a villain, how are they going to win?
Aquaman didn't want to join. We didn't see him at the end of the trailer. He's not with them. Aquaman historically is like the second strongest guy in the Justice League.
And you think he's going to take on Superman?
And I think it's going to be amazing. That would be so. Think of it, the showdown where he doesn't want to take part in the team at all, and then he has to, and so he.
Why would he have to?
Because Superman's going to destroy the world. Part of the world is the sea.
Okay.
And Mira dies. Superman's gonna kill her.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
she's in the movie, in the solo movie.
You don't know that that's not a prequel.
Okay. Anyway, I can understand why you would do it. It could work. Just for me, I think it'd be much more powerful to just really put them in danger. I don't care if you slow mo it, Zack Snyder style. It'd be beautiful. You see everybody, kind of like that Avengers shot when Tony saw everyone dead. Just everyone's getting beat. You see like Cyborg's skull cracking, the metal cracking. Yeah. Flash is just laying there. Everybody's going down there. Comes down that Superman, that black suit, and they're like, savior, because that's what he's been posed as in this universe, as a savior. And I don't know. I think it would just be more powerful as a symbol of hope coming back than a symbol of terror.
Well, like, that would play much better now. I think that with the whole narrative of the character of Superman that we've seen so far. It would kind of, all that build-up would kind of go away if he came back as a villain. Because the whole build-up was, we don't need Superman. Why is Superman here? Is he good? Is he bad? And then he dies.
He didn't know if he...
And he didn't know it. And then they realized, that everyone in the world realizes we did need him. He saved us. And then if he came back as a bad guy, it'd just be like, well, that whole 2 movies and 6 years worth were for nothing.
Not to mention, even besides that, if he came back as a villain, whatever reason he's that way, whether he doesn't have his memories or whatever, by the time he becomes regular Superman again, you started that conversation all over again in the world. Do we need Superman? He's bad. Oh, boo, Superman. So it's just going to be 50 times worse.
So now I think about it, they've stuck with this kind of Superman up until now, and this is the payoff.
Yeah, I'm hoping he comes back as Savior Superman. All right, I think that's it. So that is our show for today. Sal, any last thoughts, and where can people find us?
No last thoughts. But you can find us on Twitter at The Canon Vlog or on Facebook, facebook.com/TheCanon.
I have to say, Ryan Lochte, you are a complete idiot. You should give all your medals back. And volleyball, U.S. volleyball, the women's lost. I'm a big Olympic volleyball fan, for those that don't know. Both the beach team and the indoor team, I got lost out on the gold medal for the first time in a long time. So tweet me your sympathy, guys. Oh, God. But anyway, if you heard it here, it's canon.